Okay, so I've had a lot of questions about these particular problems and this type of problem. And I realized that we didn't specifically put up videos instructing how to do these. For those of you that have been in class, you know that I have been telling you that there's really one exponent rule you need to remember. For those of you that are home, you're hearing it maybe for the first time. But instead of memorizing all the exponent rules, when to add exponents, when to subtract exponents, when to multiply, when to distribute, my one rule that will work every time is write it out. So that's what I'm going to do with these problems. So I'm going to walk through and show you how I would write this out. So opening a text box here. So this problem says that I need to do 4s to the 5th power over 5s and take that whole thing and square it. So the first thing I'm going to do is find if I can do a fraction right here. Okay, so I have my numerator here. I'm going to do 4s, and I'm going to choose, there's got to be an exponent here somewhere. Oh dear. I thought maybe there was. Nope. So I'm going to use my Shift 6 for, oh, and that puts it up there, to the 5th over 5s, and then times. I'm going to see if they have a, well, we'll just use that x, times. And then I'm going to take this part and see if I can copy it. No. Going to do it again. Fraction. And you can do this faster on paper, obviously, and I would write it on the smartboard to record it, but my projector's broken and has been all week. So those of you that are on distance, the class has been doing basically the same thing you're doing, just in class, because I don't have a projector to put anything on my screen, which takes up the whole front of my room. Okay, so here's this situation all written out. I took care of that squaring right there. But there's more that I can write out here. So I'm going to make this text box a little bit smaller. Whoop. And start a new one. Here. Okay, now this is going to take up a little more space. So it's going to maybe run out of room. Here we go. Okay, so again, I need a fraction. There we go. And I'm going to do 4 times s times, oh, not x, because apparently that's not working. Okay, times s times s times s. There's 3 of them. I need 5 of them, so 2 more. Times, oops, come on, oh, come on, oh, somebody told me how to do undo, whew, okay, nope, times s, one more times, s, over 5s, and I'm going to do 5 times s, just because when we have a number next to a variable like that, we know that that's what it means, is times. Okay, there's one of those. I wonder if I could copy this whole text box. I don't know. All right, so there's one of those. Then I need to multiply that, not x as it turns out, multiply that by another one of those. So here we go. 4, and I'm going to do, here, I'm going to get smart about this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And down here, I'm going to do 5. And one of those, then I'll get rid of that, and I'm going to put in my S's. S, move this over. S. Wow. It's not all going to fit, but you get the idea. Oh, I need one more. Times S. And 5 times S. Okay, so you can kind of see. Actually, you know what I could do is make this font smaller. Ha! Some days I'm smart. Other days I look for my cell phone when I'm talking on it. Okay. Come on. I want this whole... Maybe I have to highlight it. There we go. Let's go with... We can go even smaller so we can see it. No. 14. It's not going to change. Okay. Anyway, you get the idea. Now look. 4 over 5 cannot be simplified. They don't have a common factor. 5 is prime and 4's only factor is 2. So we can't simplify 4 over 5. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply just the numbers. 4 times 4 for the numerator. So I need a new text box here. 4 times 4 for the numerator. Here we go. That's not really wanted. This is what I wanted. So I'm gonna, oops. Oh, why does it, why? I don't know, ignore that times right there. Oh my gosh. This is seriously annoying. Move it down here. Okay, so I'm gonna have 4 times 4 on the top, numbers first. That gives me 16. And then I'm gonna put a times. Actually, I'm not even going to put times. Notice, and I'm going to get a shape here, a line. And, let's go with red. I can cancel out, because S divided by S is 1. So I'm going to kind of draw 1 there to cancel those out. And, while I'm here, I'm going to draw a line to show that I already did the 4. And I'm going to do the 5 right now. On the bottom down here, come on. Oh, yeah, text. On the bottom down here, 5 times 5 is 25. And back up to the top. How many S's do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's one more over here that you can't see. 8. So right there, I'm going to have S. Shift 6 to the 8th power, and I don't have any S's left in the denominator, so it just stays like that. So there you go. There's that answer to number 9. Writing it out is the best way. That's what I wanted to do. Writing out the problem the long way. So write this whole thing this many times. Then expand out these exponents and then start canceling what you can. Or one more way you can do this, and I'm going to show you how to do that on, I'm going to put that answer right there. I'm going to show you how to do that on here. So rather than do this cubed part first, I am going to do, let's see if I can do this, parentheses, then fraction. Okay. I'm going to do the n over the n to the 4th and cancel that first. So I'm going to do n times, and I'm going to put 3 of them in there. Oh, yeah, no, that didn't really go very well. There we go. One more. Okay, good. And then I'm going to put these n's in between. Oops, only one of them. You know, sometimes the struggle is real. Then I'm going to exit out of this equation editor and put another parentheses. And then shift 6 That's normally what it does, and that also means exponent to the third. Okay, so that means that whole thing in parentheses to the third power. But now I'm going to simplify this fraction n over n times n times n times n before I cube it. So here's my line again. And n divided by n is 1. So what do I have left on top of this fraction? I'm going to draw it as a line here. A 1. Because, you know, n over n is 1, or 1 over 1. So that leaves me a 1 on the top, and how many n's on the bottom? 1, 2, 3 of them. So 1 over n cubed to the third power. So here's my new text box. And I'm going to do 1, fraction. Fraction. I got 1 times, and times, and times 1 times 1. Oh, I didn't need 3 times. I only needed 2. Okay, that's my 3 1s on the top, because to the third power there, so 3 1s. And on the bottom, I got n times 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because then I'm going to put n's in between here. There's 3 from the first repeat of this. Then I need 3 more for the second round, and 3 more for the third. So there we go. I have 1 times 1 times 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 n's multiplied together, which actually I'm just going to add in here, equals 1 times 1 times 1. What is that? Well, that's just 1. And 9 n's multiplied together would be n, shift 6, to the 9th power. And that is the answer. That is the simplified version of number 10. You just simply write it out the long way, guys. You can write out the part that's in the parentheses first and then cube that. Or, like I did in number 9, you can square the whole thing. Write that out. So I took the whole thing and multiplied it twice. Then I wrote out the 5 s's on the top and the bottom there, and multiplied the numbers first. 4 times 4 was 16. 5 times 5 is 25. And after I canceled out, I had 4 plus 4 more s's left on the top, or 8 of them. And that's the simplified answer. I'm hoping that that will help you to understand how to do these types of problems. Have a good day. Thanks for listening.